يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة خلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار أما بعد. Alhamdulillah, we praise Allah, we thank Allah, we seek His assistance, His forgiveness, and His guidance. We seek refuge in Allah Ta'ala from the evil within ourselves and all of our deeds. And so Allah Ta'ala guides, no one can mislead him. And whomsoever Allah Ta'ala mislead, there is no guide for him. I bear witness and I testify openly that no God worthy of worship but Allah Ta'ala, He is alone without partner. I also bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is a servant and messenger of Allah. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, on his family and his sahaba. May Allah Ta'ala, Almighty, have mercy on the tabi'un, everyone who follow Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and his sahaba steps until the day of judgment. Inshallah, we're still with Surah Yusuf, the beginning of Surah Yusuf. We mentioned to you last week that the surah was named Surah Yusuf because 95% of the surah is talking about the story of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. And the story of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam is the longest story in the Quran. The story is the longest story among the stories of the prophets in the Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala began the surah with this letter, Alif Lam Mim. Alif Lam Ra. Tilka ayatul kitab al-mubin. Alif Lam Ra. You will find these letters in so many surahs, the beginning of many surahs. Sometimes Hamim, sometimes Alif Lam Mim, sometimes Alif Lam Ra, sometimes Ta Sin Mim, sometimes Ain Sin Qaf, sometimes Kaf Ha Ya Ain Sin Taha. All these letters, no one knows the meaning of those letters but Allah Ta'ala. And this is one of the mu'jizat, the miracle of the Quran. One of the miracles of the Quran. Meaning that Allah wants to tell us something in these letters. He wants to say to the Arabs, especially to the Quraysh, who consider themselves, who look at themselves as the best Arabs in fasaha, in eloquent speech. So Allah wants to tell them in these letters that, these are the letters that you guys use, to perform word, to make word, or to make a statement, or to write books. These are the same letters that you use. But I want you to use the same letters and bring a book like the Quran. Bring a book like Quran. So they will never be able to do that, even though the letters are available for them. 28 letters of Arabic letters. Those letters are available, but you still cannot use them to bring something like Quran. Why? Because Quran is kalamullah, is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's like when someone said to you, the egg, what egg, the scientists may, analyze the egg, tell you the egg is made from this, from that, from this, from that, from, calcium, from water, from this, from that. They can tell you what the egg is made from. But let them make an egg, let us see. Right? They can tell human being body is built, by this and that, iron, water, calcium, potassium, whatever they're saying. They can bring them together and say this human being is built upon those elements, upon those things. You can say that, but use those things to make human being, let us see. You cannot use, even though what the element that human body is built upon, you still cannot build the same body. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do. So it's similar to that. Alif Lam Ra. That's why Mufassirun say Allahu a'lamu bi muradihi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who knows the meanings of those letters. And then say Tilka ayatul kitab al-mubin. These are verses of the clear book, the Quran, that makes clear, for you, makes clear to you. Legal and illegal things is very clear. Do's and don'ts are very clear. Even the stories that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told his messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, people of the book, meaning Christians and Jews who came before Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they have the same story. Sometimes their story may come a little bit different, but they cannot tell that what Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam brought through the Quran is wrong. Yes, we can say you're wrong, but they cannot say we're wrong. Right? Even though Quran told them that they have changed their religion. They have changed their religion, therefore their religion is not a valid religion anymore. But Quran brought their own stories. Quran brought their own stories. So if Quran was wrong, those stories could be, different, or could be something that condemning or humiliating or, talking bad about them. But Quran never do that in any place. But them themselves, their stories condemning their own self. For example, if you go to Prophet David, Prophet David, you go to the Bible, you will see that the Prophet David is a deceiver, betrayer. Even though they call him a prophet, or the king, whatever they call him, in their own book, David was a betrayer. He sent a leader of his army, and then later on he fell in love, to his wife, and then he told the soldier to, withdraw in the battlefield and let the enemies kill him so he can marry his wife. All this kind of crazy stuff. But when Quran brought the story, Quran brought it in different way. Prophet David was a great prophet of Allah. He sing, he read the Torah with beautiful voice, and this and that. Quran never said any bad about Prophet David. Same thing with other stories, So you see the story of Eve and Adam in the Bible. The story is really, blaming Eve. The story is blaming who? Eve. Say that because of Eve, they came out from paradise, right? And they say bad things about women. The Quran didn't say that. Quran didn't say that. So it's a clear book. Do's and don'ts are very clear. Legal and illegal things are very clear. Tilka ayatul kitab al-mubin. These are verses of the clear book of Al-Quran. Tilka ayatul kitab. This book, Al-Quran, is very, very clear book. Why? Because it came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala huwa a'lamu ma sayakun. وهو أعلم ما سيكون وعلم ما كان ويعلم ما يكون ويعلم ما لا يكون. Some people of knowledge علم ما كان وما سيكون وما هو كائن وما لم يكن لو كان كيف كان يكون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows what happened since the beginning of the dunya to now. He knows what happened. So He's the one who can really tell you what happened. No one else can tell you. That's why the conversation do not contradict one another. Because He knows whatever happened from the beginning of the creation of this universe to now. And He knows what is going to happen. He knows what is going to happen in the future. Right? The Prophet Muhammad told us so many things 1400 years ago. And now those things are realized, are coming, in reality. Right? Because Allah told him. Alima ma sayakun. He knows what is going to happen. وَمَا هُوَ كَائِنٌ. He knows what is going on at this particular moment. He knows what is going on at this particular moment. وَمَا لَمْ يَكُنْ. He knows things that did not happen. لَوْ كَانَ كَيْفَ يَكُونُ. كَيْفَ كَانَ يَكُونُ. If it did happen,